What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry I haven't posted anything in a while. Been crazy busy, just working in the shop, working on people's cars. I'm currently in the process of detailing, doing a big ceramic job on this brand new AT4 truck. But that's not what this video is about. So let's go outside to my truck. So just got a delivery today. Let's climb up here from Summit. Give you a little hint. So this, let's see if we can undo it. Always tricky with one hand. This is a 5.2 block from Summit, or from Ford Performance. So, and this will be just basically a quick intro. But basically, I plan on doing a forged short block build for my Whipple F-150. Reason being, I'd never really, I guess, planned to do that with this truck, or I guess take it this far. But the power that I'm at, I already know I'm teeter-tottering with hurting something. I think what's typically happening a lot is ringling failure on the pistons. This is completely stock long block. The only thing I technically have done is the billet oil pump gears and the billet crank sprocket, because those are known to crack, and it does have the kinetic crank stud, so not a factory bolt no more. But that's pretty much it, you know. Long tubes exhaust, Whipple, tuned on ethanol now. There's my 5-gallon methanol tank. I don't know if you can see that. So I'd also do spray a 50-50 blend of water and meth through the blower to help keep IATs down and stuff. I do live in Southeast Texas, so it is crazy hot right now. If any of y'all in this area, then you know, you can relate. But yeah, so basically I know the power that I'm at, or the power that I really want to kind of start pushing this truck to, you know, I'm going to start having some issues with the bottom end. So I've swapped out blown motors on several trucks like this for people. Basically exact same story, you know, stock long blocks, guys starting to push their stuff, make, you know, a little over 800 wheel, and then, you know, either just bad luck, or in my opinion, you're just kind of on bide time, you know, or borrowed time rather, just waiting for something bad to happen. So I'm trying to be a little proactive. I'd rather spend, you know, a few $1,000s. You know, I think budget wise, what I'll come out to will be around $4,500, upwards of $5,000 to build a forged short block for like around 1,500 horsepower. So I'd rather spend that money and be proactive than replacing an entire Gen 3 Coyote long block and buying another Whipple, or sending a Whipple off to get fixed. Because what I've noticed is people that are blowing their motors, or a rod letting go, or like I said, part of the piston chipping, breaking off. That's what I've seen, and it's basically gets way more expensive to replace all those things. And I've even seen bits of the motor shrapnel all the way back up through the cylinder heads, up into the Whipple, you know, having all these little bits of metal and stuff. And so now, yeah, it's not just, you know, you're not looking at the cost of a short block, you're looking at potentially an entire engine, which we all know these Gen 3 Coyotes are not cheap, even in stock form. You know, just price out a stock long block, you know what I mean? It's not cheap. And then again, Whipple, you know, you're around $3,500, I think, rebuilding a Whipple from Whipple. So unless you have a supercharger place that's local or cheaper, or if you just destroy it all together, you know what I mean, you're looking at buying a whole nother supercharger. So basically you're upwards of $15,000, you know, for a stock long block and another Whipple. So yeah, I could spend a third of that and not only will I have a forged short block, stronger bottom end, in theory, I'm way less likely to have failure, around 1,000 horsepower or less, which is basically my goal. So I'm gonna do a several part series, probably gonna be a lot of parts, because I've looked on YouTube trying to just do my own research and stuff, and there's really not a lot of great videos out there, so I plan on being the first one, hopefully, unless somebody can comment and link below some videos that y'all know of, because I'd love to see them, of somebody doing basically a complete assembly of a Gen 3 Coyote build, showing you all the specs of everything and doing it step by step. Long videos. I know some people don't like long videos on YouTube, and that's fine. And some of these builds that I have seen, these videos, the people are kind of doing all the steps, but they're just hauling ass through it, or they're fast forwarding all their footage and editing, and you're not really going over all the actual steps. You know what I mean? So you're like watching them do it, but they're not per se talking about it step by step and telling you all the torques in the moment. So I want to do that for everybody. So I'm all about helping the car community. This will be my first Coyote build. I've put some Honda motors together, and I've done a lot of cams and done stuff with heads, in the LS world, but I haven't done anything with Coyote platform except external power adders and stuff like that. So this will be my first time. I got my hands on the Ford procedure for doing the bottom end stuff, and I do have some documentation on cylinder head disassembly, etc. I'm going to be buying some tools I don't already have in my shop. I am going to have a machine shop in Houston do some work on this block, so once I get the rest of the rotating assembly, I will have all that balanced, because obviously I can't do that. I will have that done, and then when my ARP main studs come in, I plan on bringing everything at one time. I'll probably have them just go ahead and bolt down the mains and with ARP stuff, and then do a line hone on my main caps. So that's my plan. I am going with a Boss crankshaft. The Predator crankshafts are stronger, but they are like 3 times the cost. So this crankshaft I know is good for over 1,000 horsepower, so I don't see the reason to spend $1,500 on a crank that I don't technically need. I will be running Oliver forged I-beams. They're 4340 alloy forged. They're good for like 1,500 horsepower or a little more or something, so that's overkill. And then I'll be running the JE pistons that RPG sells that are fully coated, and they're like PTWA specific, so they're like, I think they're the first of their kind to be an aftermarket piston that's like specific for this cylinder material, like the way that they're lined from the factory. So that was recommended to me by a buddy, and then of course I'll be ARP everything inside there. ARP main studs, ARP head studs, ARP cam cap bolts, ARP cam phaser bolts. So anything that's basically going to be taken apart will get swapped out to ARP. I'm just going to reuse the crank stud that's on my motor now. I'm going to reuse this oil pump. I'm going to reuse the Ford factory timing components. I don't see why I need to spend the crazy money and have all this billet chain guides or different chains, and I don't think any of the factory Ford stuff is, like timing component wise, is having issues with 1,000 or less. So there's no reason for me to spend all this extra money I don't have to spend. And my truck has like 20-something thousand miles on it, so it's all completely fine. Not swapping cams, not doing anything else, not changing valves, not having any port work or any polish work or 3-5 angle head job, nothing like that. So I'll just be swapping my heads over. I'll replace head gaskets, doing head studs, and then I'll do the valve springs and the heads, and that's it. And I'm going to try to do a multi-part series of this whole process for everybody, even when I get all my tools to start measuring everything on this block. I'll share all that process with y'all, and we'll kind of learn together. So yeah, so hopefully y'all will enjoy this. Stick with me. Might be a little rough. Y'all probably give me some hell about either some incorrect terminology, or I'll probably mess something up. Hopefully not mess up nothing up major, of course. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'll be getting this block on an engine stand, and then I'll be covering it with plastic. And then as all this stuff starts trickling in, I'll keep everything organized. I'll make videos of whenever I measure everything. That'll probably be like its own video, I'm sure. And then like I said, I will be bringing the rotating assembly to a machine shop in Houston. I think H Squared is the machine shop I plan on using. I've heard from a couple local buddies of mine recommend them to me, and I don't want to pay to ship my stuff off somewhere else, so I'll drive it there myself. So yeah, that is the plan. Should be fun. I'm very excited, a little nervous, but definitely excited. I think it'll be good for me to get my feet wet, getting some experience actually doing some Coyote internal work and assembling a Coyote engine. It's been a while since I got to do any more serious engine work like that, so I do enjoy that kind of stuff. I like taking my time and being very tedious, and you know, I'm a car detailer, so, which I know this channel is so out there and all over the place. I'm actually a firefighter professionally, but I do all my car detailing stuff and all my mechanic work out of my shop. I have a side business, an LLC, so it's my actual personal business. But yeah, I'm just a car lover at heart, and I used to be an auto mechanic back in the day, so now it's all kind of turning more into a hobby slash my side job slash, you know, now I do the detailing end of all that stuff too. So I love it. I love going back and forth between mechanic work and detailing, because it keeps me interested in the work. I don't ever get burnt out on mechanic work, and I won't get burnt out on detailing, because I'll schedule work to where I kind of flip-flop back and forth between them. So yep, right now I've already done basically a minor, more like a paint enhancement, I would call it, not a paint correction. I just did like a light polish on this side of the truck so far. Still have the roof, the hood, the other side, the tailgate, and then all the minor small stuff like all the trim around the windows, the wing, you know, the rear bumpers are kind of, you know, all those small little spots. So then this will be going on the lift. I pull the wheels off. I detail the wheels off the car on a wheel stand. I'll do some light polishing on the face of these wheels, because all that gets coated. Paint will get coated. Glass will get polished and coated. And even all the trim on this job, he opted to have all of his trim even coated. So there's coatings for plastic trim. I'll do his bed cover in that coating. So yeah, this is basically a full-on, full-out detailing job. So I have about a week to do all this. But yeah, hopefully I haven't lost anybody. Hopefully I'm not rambling on too much, but I am excited to put the motor together. So that's what this is about. This will be the beginning of that series. So yeah, if you're interested, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer them. I'm pretty responsive. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.